Michelle Preston. I go by Crazy Nice. And Harrison Blake was kind enough to have me on his show in January. And today I'm going to introduce him and give him a little interview today. Harrison Blake Young, come on down!
Hey! Wow. Yeah, she was my guest, now I'm hers on my show. I love it, folks. All right, go ahead, Nadine. Now you get a little interviewing experience right now.
Listen,
okay.
I just happened to come up here and help Cynthia out for this fashion show we have going on, and I ran into you. Tell me, what are you doing here today?
I don't know. I'm just getting through my life, but it's worth it. When I have nothing to do on a Saturday afternoon and I come up for an event like this, it's going to be something I'm going to be able to pretend to tell my grandchildren that I'm never going to have.
And you bump into me.
Well,
people like me.
But don't I always say everything happens for a reason? And I say that this is one of those things, one of those times this happened for a reason.
That's right. So tell me, what was the best part of our interview that we had over in your studio?
Well, I think the chair dance was pretty awesome, don't you?
Pretty sweet.
When I tasted your smoothie, that was great. I was getting a little nervous that John Grabowski, the GM, might throw you off because you were acting a little crazy. But you know what? Looking back on it now, I think he has a fondness for you that sort of grown since that time.
Right.
Every time I mention you, he says, "Oh, that Nadine, she was definitely somebody I'm never going to forget." He says, "Oh, that Nadine, she was definitely somebody I'm never going to forget."
So, speaking of, also, we're talking about events.
Yeah.
In August, we're going to have a booze cruise. Cynthia
I'll be there probably, as usual, covering it for Topic Time.
Listen,
All right,
cut
go ahead.
me off.
I'm sorry.
Listen, I'm the host.
You're right.
Listen
You're
to
right.
me. Like I was saying, in August, Cynthia Hudson on Mystique Models in New England's Elite, we're going to have a booze cruise, and Cynthia is having me run by some ideas and get things going and sell some tickets. So, are you going to be in attendance?
I'll probably be there.
All right. I don't booze, I just cruise.
Me either. I haven't boozed since the year you were born, May 9th, 1980. I had a date with a lesbian that night. She couldn't tell the difference. Bada boom.
Tell me something. You are really good with dates. You remembered the date I was born?
Yep. October 6th, 1980. I know.
Wow. Don't be telling people how old I am.
Well, you're young enough.
Give an age.
That's all right.
Now.
Yeah, I know, but you kind of caught me by quick here.
We had the interview.
Right, January 16th, 2013.
How did you get this gift of remembering dates?
It's called Asperger's syndrome.
Really?
Yeah.
Serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Oh my gosh! And so, what does that?
Well, that means is like I have Asperger's is believe it or not, it's a form of autism, and the one upside of having it is that you retain a lot of information because part of it is OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. And basically I've been obsessed with time and dates all my whole life, so going back to when I was a kid, I look at it this way too. The mind, the memory is like a muscle. If you work it, it gets big and strong. If you leave it alone, it turns to mush. And I've been working it since I was very young.
Wow, and this is what I like about giving interviews because I learned things that I normally wouldn't have known.
Yeah, yeah.
That was great. Thank you for sharing that story.
Oh yeah, thank you for asking. It's a great thing to discuss, I'd say. I like freaking people out, as do you.
Well, Harrison, we only have a couple minutes left on the clock. I want to thank you for allowing me to interview you finally. I know. I would get this opportunity. So
thank you very much.
Tune in for another episode of Topic Time with Harrison Blake Young
and Nadine Michelle Preston.
Boom!
Go shorty, shorty, go shorty, shorty, go. Go shorty, shorty, go shorty, shorty, go.